Scanning for audio.
Good morning, and welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. This time, I'm talking about Blake 7's 40th anniversary box set from Big Finish. Yes, 40 years. Now you see, unlike Doctor Who's 50th anniversary, I had no memory of the very first episode being broadcast, or cuddling down and watching the second Doctor's time. Apparently, I was born during the Sea Devils, and so, as such, my first Doctor was really, well, Tom. And my love for the show grew during the Davison period. All fairly well documented, but when it comes to Blake 7, well, I was 5, 6-ish. And I remember snuggling down in those great 70s evenings of power cuts, hyperinflation, which of course I knew nothing about, mass unemployment, the beginning of the fall of the, well, factories of the UK, the long slide into depression, and everything else that came with the 80s. Yes, it wasn't all about huge piles of cash. No, my experience of the 80s was a northeast one. But that's not what we're here to talk about, although we are here to talk about the past. Blake 7 arrived, screaming onto our TVs almost at the same time as Star Wars. Yeah, whether that's good timing or bad timing, well, history will have to judge us later. Either way, there was a taste for sci-fi. Nation had done Survivors, had failed to get Rusty the Chatty Daleks TV series off the ground in the States, and I'm sure there's a whole host of things that TV historians could bang on about. But as this is a carcast, I'm not going to be able to do much research beyond telling you that the memory often cheats. However, I'm also here to tell you that I loved Blake 7 from the start. It wasn't until I was much older that I realised that it was basically Star Trek thrown on its side. The Federation was the Earth Empire. The Federation was in fact the Federation. Yeah. President Servalan. I know. But, hey, that's the way things are. So, to celebrate this, and rather precariously shoved in between episode box set 1 and box set 2 of the current range of Blake 7s, comes, well, an extra addition to the set. It's a bit odd that you'd have this, but as it needs to come out on the 40th anniversary, and it is such a celebration, you get to have something glorious. Trust me, it is glorious. As Blake 7 box sets go, this wouldn't be out of place anywhere. Genuinely. What it is, it's a two-story set with a bit of a celebration tagged on the end. Now we no longer have the actor who played Roj Blake, and we no longer have the actor who played Gan, and we no longer have the actor who played Zen and Aurak. But we've got quite a lot of everyone else. Zen and Aurak have been replaced by Big Finish. Roj Blake only narrowly missed this particular event, and we've been gainless for, the entire run of the audios. So yes, this 40th anniversary event has excerpts, mainly from the Big Finish audios. But it also is a celebration of classic TV Big Finish. Where are they now? What's going on? I mean, let's face it, one of the things that we really want in the audios, and trust me, when I say really want, I'm not joking, is stuff set in Series 4. Stuff set after the Liberator's been destroyed, consumed, and they've got Scorpio. They've got Slave. And they've got Su Lin. the actress who played Sue Lin, does make an appearance here, but not playing Sue Lin, which is great. Now, the story within a story works, but the thing that's best about the story within a story that's presented here is that it happens after Gouda Prime. Yeah, that surprised a few of you, didn't it? We always suspected that, well, at least Avon survived on Gouda Prime. We definitely think that Blake died there. And because we can't get the actor back anymore to make any more episodes, we might as well assume that that's exactly what happened. Although the idea of the one on Gouda Prime being, well, the clone from an earlier episode, that I think we have to just let go. Unless somebody has a great, deep, booming Welsh accent and voice that can really just, clock up the miles. What you've basically got are two reasonably different casts. You've also got two reasonably different dynamics. And that's spread across both discs. Both of them deal with the character of Avalon, who comes from the TV story Avalon. Yeah, you've got that, yeah? But it also mines very deeply the exciting world of what's going on. Now, do you remember in the first series of Blake 7 where Zen had a much more important role? This is basically because they didn't have Aurak. All of the questions that you would ask Aurak later on, you asked Zen. Well, I didn't realise when story 1, the one on the first disc, happens. And then I realised that there's no sign of Aurak. And they're talking about, well, Blake and Gan constantly being on point in the receiving room. And in a way, that's where they are forever. Always waiting to receive the rest of the crew. I'm just going melancholy. Please forgive me. Let it go. I miss them. I do. But we can live with it. We have to. We have literally no choice. Unless they're going to start recasting. But here we have Travis. Proper Travis. Yeah. First season Travis. We've got Servalan. We've got Aquitar. Mentioned in the very first few episodes of Blake 7, Project Aquitar, big project, small universe, is the Federation's own version of the teleportation device. It uses an alloy, which is of course poisonous, and they decide to weaponize it. It's a clever conceit because it's using stuff that was built into the TV show. But not only was it built into the TV show, but it is also something that you can relate to. The idea that the Federation would have one of the pieces of kit that's on board the Liberator, because at the time in Season 1, well, Servalan was fixated on getting her hands on the ship. She kind of always was until the end of Season 3, but that would be spoilers. It's just a great story. Avalon wants to be Blake, but with great responsibility comes, Marvel quotes, and breach of copyright. Seriously, it's very, very impressive. You've got a story that takes place across the galaxy, but it also has to link with a certain residual goo left over by the Federation. It's a great story, and it brings us to story number 2, which is set firmly in Season 3. They still have the Liberator, but now they've got Stephen Pacey on board, and who has to have a certain amount of things explained to him. Our new, slightly replaced cast also make an appearance, and it all keeps me happy. This story, and I don't want to give out any major spoilers, is called Dissident, and has some recurring themes, but also is definitely a sequel to the original story. But it's the framing device, the one that has Avon telling the story. Now, obviously, this doesn't interfere with the narrative. Don't be not buying this because you think it's some sort of audiobook rather than a full cast drama. Because like me, you're a full cast snob and you like that sort of thing. You'll enjoy a book till the cows come home. But when it comes to full cast dramas, oh, how much we love them. So, our full cast drama before us is brilliant. It has Avalon's return and just works. Someone wants the Liberator, someone wants to kill Servalan. And you know what? You know those wonderful space wheel effects and people being caught? Well, they belong here because you can see them. shot on film in a cupboard, these are the best effects you'll ever see in Blake 7. So if you ever liked Blake 7, and if you've never ever tried any of the Big Finish audios, this is brilliant, because it's a 40th anniversary celebration, and you don't need to have heard anything else. If you love Blake 7, you will love this, because this is the closest you're going to get to a 40th anniversary special. You won't get one on TV, you might get some repeats somewhere, but you know what? I don't care about those, I care about this. I recommend this even more than I recommend some of the latest audio releases, and I've adored those. So, I'll let you hear the trailer and decide for yourself. But until next time, be seeing you.
Coming soon from Big Finish Productions. Blake 7, The Way Ahead.
Tell me about Blake. Villa. Tell me about Avalon.
All right, then. You might not like what you hear.
Travis.
Supreme Commander, welcome to your new battle cruiser.
Impressive. I hope this little experiment is worth it.
Avalon, what happened?
I can't... We were winning. The Federation was retreating. Then
What?
it happened so quickly.
You've been trying to kill us for a long time, Travis. We're still waiting for you to get it right.
Well, things are changing. Blake's crusade is coming to an end.
Yes, Avon. The Liberator is a weapon. A weapon you have chosen to squander. Senior figures in the rebellion are dissatisfied with your activities in the aftermath of the war.
I didn't realize we were answerable to anyone.
We should retreat back to the base.
Too late.
This is a fine mess you've got us into, Avon. No guns, no Liberator, nothing.
How many times has it come to this? You and I, alone together.
I've never bothered to count.
And fate just can't keep us apart.
There she is.
Attack vector plotted. Here goes nothing.
Today we strike in the name of Roj Blake.
Big Finish. We love stories.
"2018 brings with it 3 brilliant conventions, all held at the Derby Quad. ShadowCon 2, the UFO convention, will be on June the 30th, 2018. Hooverville, the best little Doctor Who convention in the world, is on Saturday the 1st of September, while Big Finish Day is on the 3rd of November 2018. All tickets are available from the Derby Quad website. That was the Doctor Who Tin Dog Podcast, available on iTunes, YouTube, Twitter, RSS, Vimeo, and across the internet. Doctor Who and its associated properties are all copyright and trademark of the BBC. No infringement is intended. Why not become a supporter by visiting patreon.com/tindog. Contact the show on